Hi guys, happy Monday. I almost said Tuesday, but today's not Tuesday, is it? It's Monday. Man, my heart is just so heavy. I don't know if anyone else has been feeling that way. Actually, I know people have. I know if you call yourself a follower of Jesus, chances are you are feeling so heavy lately. There's a lot going on in the world, and on top of everything going on in the world that's already evil, there's division within the body of Christ. And it's sad. It's heartbreaking, and I wish more people could see it for what it was. It's a strategy of Satan. It's not a coincidence that we don't agree on so many things. It's Satan. It's Satan trying to intentionally divide. There's already a divide between the world and believers, and now he's intentionally trying to make believers come for each other's throats. And they are, and we're falling for the bait, guys. And it's so sad. It's so sad because now more than ever, we need to bond together and pray and fast and be on one accord. Unity right now is what's going to break Satan's neck. Unity right now is what is going to show the world who Jesus really is. Because when as believers we're bickering back and forth, people can't take us seriously, and they miss out on the character of God because they see pettiness, they see offense, and it's really sad. Like when the world can go on one comment section and see believers saying one thing, and another comment section and see believers saying another thing. It's confusing, and it's like, okay, what do you guys represent? Because as an unbeliever, I can't even tell. It's so confusing, and it's so sad. I don't even have the words. All I know is that for me, and I don't know if anyone else feels this way, I wake up every single day, and this isn't even recent. This is like basically my whole life. I have woken up the majority of my adult years with this intense pressure that I can't even put words to speak, to use my voice to speak. And my spirit and my flesh are always just so conflicted with that, because we live in, and I get like insecure and in my head about it, because one, I might not seem like it, but I'm like terrified to speak in front of people. Even like speaking to a camera like makes me feel weird and self-conscious. And but I wake up with this weight that I can't even put in words. And like I was saying, I feel conflicted because we live in a day and age where everybody feels like they have something to say. Everyone feels like they're supposed to be saying something, and it's loud, and everyone is oversharing, overspeaking. Everyone has an opinion, and there's so many voices, and I never want to add to that noise. And sometimes it feels as though I'm adding to the noise, and sometimes I feel annoying because I think I put other people's emotions on myself. Like, okay, Michaela, we get it. Like everybody, you know, like you don't have to speak on everything or always. But it's like, I actually hate, like, I don't like feeling the pressure that I feel, but it literally feels like life or death to me. For one, I have experienced way too much pain to let it be wasted. And I want God to receive glory for everything I have ever had to walk through. And I know that when you have a story like mine and you've experienced the level of pain I've experienced, and those that can relate to this, you know, you have to use your voice. I mean, if that's your calling. For someone else, it might be to be a chiropractor. But for me, it's been using my voice and showing people to use their voice and expose the darkness and expose the things that happen to them, and speak up, especially if you were someone that your voice was stolen from you for so long. And the other night, Aaron and I were having a conversation, and well, I was having a conversation with him. He was half asleep, in and out of consciousness. And I was talking to my husband, and I was like, he was telling me that we were in the middle of a conversation before he started to fall asleep, and he was telling me that I needed to reach out to someone who had asked me to come share my story previously, but she never followed up. And you know, me being terrified of speaking to people and just want to hide in a box, don't look at me, like I'm good being behind the scenes my whole life type person, he's always been one to push me. He's like, no, you need to reach back out to her. So and I was like, dang, I don't want to. And he's, mind you, he's in and out of consciousness. I go upstairs to check on our child, and I come downstairs, and you know, if you're someone that has toddlers, you know, your kids, they bite their lip, they get a paper cut. In my kid's situation, my middle child specifically, he always is picking at his scabs. So it's not unusual that there's like small amounts of blood here and there, like nothing like massive crazy, but like, so I come downstairs and I'm like, oh, there's blood on my hands. Like, I wonder where that came from. Probably Joshua's scabs. Like, and Aaron goes, if you don't share your story and if you don't use your voice, there's blood on your hands. Mind you, he's half asleep, but it resonated, and the way that it hit my chest like a knife with conviction and fire, and like, he's exactly right. I knew he was right. I'm like, if I do not speak up and say everything God's telling me to say, no matter how insignificant it might feel, there's blood on my hands. And that's the pressure I feel day in and day out when I get out of bed in the morning, that there's blood on my hands if I don't speak. If I don't use my voice for the glory of God, there is blood on my hands. There are souls at risk on the other hand of that. And that's not because Michaela is so special and so anointed and so talented. And there's people with heartbreaking stories all over the world. The point is that I have to be obedient to what God is calling me to do so that he can be glorified in my life. And I don't know if that resonates with anyone, but I just want to tell you that if you feel the same way, if you feel like, oh, I don't want to be that annoying person that's always sharing on the internet, there's already so many people doing that. I don't want to add a flame to the fire. I don't want to be another, voice in a sea of crowded, like so many voices in a crowded sea of voices. I just want to encourage you. Obedience is always better. Obedience is better than sacrifice, and obedience is what God is after. And you never know how many lives are on the other side of your obedience, how much freedom and chains being broken are on the other side of your obedience. And so I just encourage you, if you are in a similar situation, if you relate and you feel that pressure on your chest, sometimes it feels hard to breathe, where I'm like, if I don't get this off my chest, I feel like overflowing. And if I don't pour that out, I feel uncomfortable. It's like I have to release what he's put inside of me, or it's uncomfortable. It's painful. I feel this, it's like I can't, a weight on my chest. And so maybe that's just me, but if you relate to that, I just want to encourage you, don't let the enemy get in your head and tell you that you are doing too much. If you are being obedient, that is all that matters. And so for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. As for Michaela, I am going to continue spitting in Satan's face. I am going to continue trampling on the serpent's head and speaking when God tells me to speak. And so that's me. That's all I have to say right now. But I love you guys. May God bless you and keep you.